Aloha everybody, welcome back to the channel where I strive to help you make better WordPress websites for yourself, your community, and possibly your clients. I'm Chris Joels, and today in this video I'm excited to introduce you to Advanced Custom Fields with Divi. Advanced Custom Fields is a powerful plugin that we've been exploring on this channel that helps you create custom inputs in the back end of your website that you can have appear on any type of post that you choose. Divi has some powerful features that allows you to pull in the data from these fields and input them into your template builder and other parts of your Divi website. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with Advanced Custom Fields and Divi using the text field and the link field. Don't forget, if you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate that like, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here's my WordPress environment. There's nothing added. I have no posts, no pages. The only thing I have done is uploaded the Divi theme, and that's running. Let's go over here. We have Advanced Custom Fields plugin installed, and we're going to come over here to our custom fields. From my previous videos on introduction into Advanced Custom Fields, I made a video on the text field and the link field. And in those two videos, we made this field group called Author's Notes. So if you're just getting started with Advanced Custom Fields, I recommend going back and watching this video I have above on the text field that helps you get started with Advanced Custom Fields and creating a field group and creating these fields. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you have some basic knowledge of Advanced Custom Fields. You've gone in there, created field groups and fields before, and I'm just going to run through some of the settings that I have in this field group. Okay, so this is our Author's Notes field group that we created. So we're going to go in here and edit this. And in this field group, we've created a text field, a link field, and a repeater. And so today we're just going to concentrate on getting these two fields, the text field and the link field, to show up in our design through our Divi page builder. Okay, so let me just take you back to my previous video here, and you'll see what we have is this section called Author's Notes. And in there, he left in the text field, I love this product, and a link to the product, let's say. Okay, so that's our field group. And we got this to display on our front end using our PHP code in our files. Okay, so today we're going to do this with Divi. Let's go ahead and close this. All right, so here we are with our field group. And you'll see that we call these field groups notes and resource link. I understand some people might be coming here and they are new to Advanced Custom Fields. So I do want to just show how I have this set up real quick. So you'll see that we have our three fields. And in our field group that we called Author's Notes, we are going to have this show up on the post type that is equal to post. So this is basically going to show up on every single blog post that I create. You could change this to show up on a page, layout, and project. So what it means to have this show up is to have these field groups show up kind of like these are field groups. All this stuff is field groups, okay? So we could get these to show up when we're editing a post, a page, a template, and so many different parts of WordPress. It's pretty cool. So for now, we're going to do post type is equal to post. We're going to have this active. All these settings are pretty standard. I haven't changed anything, and there's nothing changed here. Now you can change how you style your meta boxes, what position they show up and stuff like that. And then you could also hide features on post. This is pretty cool. So let's say you're going to do this to a custom post type and you don't need to add categories or you don't need to add a featured image. You could have these meta boxes taken away from the post while they're editing. Okay, so moving forward, we have three fields. We're going to work with these two fields. Let's just go into our text field and check that out real quick. Okay, so we have a text field that's going to show up on the blog post. That's going to allow the author to enter a note. Okay, so we named this field notes. This is the label. This is the field name. Our field type, you can select from here. We're going to select the text field. And in here is some instructions that will show up on the post editor page. Something like this. These are instructions. Okay, so your final words here is what we're going to have say. We will not make this required. If you make this required and the author does not fill in something in that field that you created for them, they would not be able to publish the post. So you don't want to make this required on lots of times. Here you have other options. If you want to know more about these options, you can see my previous video as explained. For now, that's the basic setting for this field. We're going to close it. We're going to open up our resource link that we created, and that's a link field. Now, in our link field, we call this resource link. That's our label, okay? This is a label. But your field name, when it's 2 words, needs to be separated by an underscore, and it's all lowercase letters. And so once again, we selected our field type as a link. If you come all the way down here, you can select the link. And these are all available options on the free version of Advanced Custom Fields. You'll see down here I have other options that are available because I have the Pro version installed. But everything we're doing today is available on the free version, and using it along with Divi is free as well. Okay, so these are instructions. Enter source URL. I had set this up something like for, let's say, an author was writing something and they were going to leave resource links. Okay, so that's the way we'll work on it today, is that there'll be resource links to an article. So enter source here. Required, once again, no. Now here's an important setting right here. You could either have this data collected and spit out in a link array or a link URL. Now link URL is just as it sounds. It's going to spit out and collect the data of the URL, apple.com for instance. A link array is going to collect and spit out the data that you created in the link when you create a link, like the URL, the title tag, whether you select the option to open it in a new window, etc. So it creates a link. So for what we're doing, and the way I found it best used in Divi, is to just do the link URL for now. We'll do no conditional logic, and we could close this field. We've gone through all the settings, and I've showed you the 2 fields. Once again, we have a text field called notes and a link field called resource link. In another video, I'm going to show you how to use the repeater field, because for now we're just going to be able to enter 1 resource link. But if we wanted this author to create 3 or several links, then you need to use the repeater field in Advanced Custom Fields Pro. So you have to get the updated Pro version for the repeater field, okay? And I'm going to show you how to use that in another video. For now, let's just go ahead and go over to our post, and you'll see I created a post called ACF example. So we're going to come in here and edit this. And you'll see we have our post as usual. Then we have a field box down here. This is our field group that we called author's notes. Here's our notes with our instructions and a place to type. Here's our resource link with a button that says select link. So we're going to go ahead and enter our final words. We'll say something like, do you agree? And then now our author will be able to also add in a URL. So we'll do something like, we'll do apple.com and open link in a new tab. It's fine. And we're going to add the link. And there you go. So now we have our text field and our link field filled out, and we're going to go ahead and press update. Okay, so let's go ahead and preview our post. And instead of using this preview option, I'd just like to open the post in a new page, a new tab. And you'll see our fields don't show up. So in our previous videos on getting started with Advanced Custom Fields, you usually have to go into your code editor and do some PHP to get your Advanced Custom Fields to show up on the parts of the website that you want. But today I'm going to show you how to use it with the Divi Builder. Let's go back to our website. This guy is done. Let's go to Divi and Theme Builder, and we're going to create a new template to show up on every post. Now you could create a new template for all kinds of different pages and post types and custom post types that you might have created, and get your field groups to show up on these different parts of your website, okay? So for now, we're just going to go ahead and have this show up on all posts. So we're going to create a template, and now this is going to be our template for our blog post. And what we want is a custom body, and we're going to build a custom body. Let's go ahead and do this from scratch, and we're just going to use a full row. Now the first thing you want on your blog post is obviously the content. So we're just going to do post content. Now this is going to just spit out all your post content. And right after the content, we're going to go ahead and do a new section. And then first thing we're going to need is a text box, okay? Well, what we're going to do is a title. So we'll put author's notes like we did in our previous example, and we'll make this something like an H4. So we got our author's notes. Let's go ahead and just duplicate this. I'll open it up. Now this is where the magic happens. So let's just go ahead and delete this. So in order to pull in Advanced Custom Fields, you could come over here to this little data box and use the dynamic content. And in the dynamic content, you could see you could pull in all kinds of different data, and down here as well, your custom fields that you've created with Advanced Custom Fields. And what you want to look for is ACF author's notes down here. This is the field group that we created, and it's going to pull those fields for us. Now, Advanced custom fields gets quite complicated as you start creating more fields and field groups and more custom fields. You could select different data from here, and we'll go into that later. For now, for our notes, all we need to do is pull in the notes, okay? And then you're gonna have an option to put something before or after the notes. Okay, so let's just go ahead and save this, and save. Okay, we've saved everything. So now you need to go and close it and save changes because you've created a new template, okay? So now this template is ready to show up on every post. Let's come back to our post and refresh it. Boom, and there you go, author's notes and do you agree? So let's just go ahead and put this in a little box. So let's come back to our template editor here, come down here, and in this, so we need to put this in a section, a new row. Okay, so I've dropped this all into a new section and we're going to delete this guy here. And what we'll do, just like our previous example, is just give this a quick border. So let's go into our row settings. Let's give everything a little border here real quick so it just stands out. No big deal, we're not gonna do nothing fancy. And then we'll also go ahead and give this a little spacing here. A little padding, I'm gonna do something like 20. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Okay, so now we have our authors box with our author's notes, our title and the notes here. So let's also now add our product link. So let's go ahead and just duplicate this text box here. Come in here and edit it. We're just gonna go ahead and trash this guy. So let's go back into our dynamic content, come down here and grab the links field that we created. Actually, what we created was the resource link. Remember, because we had the one link. This is for the repeater that we created called links. So for now, we're gonna use the resource link. We're gonna click this and save it. You'll see it puts in the resource link. Now it's not going to show you what it is because this is just a template builder for whatever content is showing up on the front end, okay? This is just a placeholder, whatever's showing up from the input field on the post editor. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. Come to our post and refresh it. And you'll see we have our authors box now and our content. Now, this obviously is not a clickable link. And this might be a very long link and we do not want our users to have to go in there and copy and paste it into the browser. So let's go ahead and make this into a clickable link. Okay, so now that we're in this field, let's go back and select this. And what we could do is now create a link for this. And in this link for the module, which is just the text box, okay, we can make a module link URL. And we could use the data from that resource link. So let's come in here, once again, go down here and select link, resource link. Oh, one more thing I wanted to do was make it into an obvious link. Okay, so we could come into here, into our design and our text, make it into a link looking color. You could even give it an underline if you want. We'll save that. Save everything. Let's go and refresh. And you'll see now we have our author's notes here and we have a clickable link for our users. Awesome. And so now you could go through and obviously style this box in any fashion and style the notes and the links in any way that you want. For now, we're going to go ahead and close this template. Everything's saved. I always like to click save just one extra time. And so what we want to see real quick, that this is going to work now on all new posts that we create. So let's go ahead and create a new post. Okay, and we'll say something like this, use this works. Now, I use the default editor when I'm creating blog posts because Divi spits out in the back end all kinds of extra code that if you were to ever move your Divi website to a different template, you have a lot of code cleanup to do. So while I create my pages and maybe some custom posts with the Divi builder, on my regular blog post, I use the back end of WordPress so that I never have an issue with something like that. Okay, so that's why I don't use the Divi builder when I'm creating a post. So, there's our post. Let's just create some content. All right. So now we have, once again, our fields for our final words. And we'll say ACF is awesome. We're going to add a link to advancedcustomfields.com. We're going to open in a new tab and we're going to add the link. Okay, cool. And we're going to go ahead and publish this. Let's just go ahead and view post. We could also go in here and make this field color dim a little bit so when we hover, it dims and there's an interaction with our customers. with our users. So join me in our my next video when I use advanced custom fields, the repeater field. The repeater field is going to allow you to repeat a field. For instance, in here I could only select and create one link, but what if I had 3 resources to use? Maybe I want to do that. So join me in the next video with advanced custom fields and the repeater field. And there you go. We just scratched the surface of using advanced custom fields and Divi. If you got yourself this far, I appreciate you watching. Like the video if you found it helpful, and I'll catch you next one. Aloha.